Welcome to the third annual International Creative Aging Summit. This summit is channeling our diverse stories, experiences, and expertise as arts and aging leaders to investigate the profound transformations needed, both individually and as a collective, to champion and adequately invest in older adults' creativity and cultural agency. I am Heather Ikemire, Deputy Director of Lifetime Arts. Lifetime Arts is a national service organization for creative aging in the United States and the leading organizer of this year's summit. I will be your MC throughout the next 2 days and the moderator of today's panel conversation. My incredible colleagues, Galia Eden. Galia is our event producer today, and my other colleague, Jacqueline Dumont, will be activating the chat with resource links and information. And we absolutely encourage you to use that as a second space to share your thoughts, your questions, sparks of information as well. Before we begin, I want to recognize the incredible dedication of Lifetime Arts planning partners, Creative Aging Development Agency, CADA in England, Armas-festival in the city of Helsinki in Finland, with a special shout out to our key collaborators, Virginia Tandy, Farrell Renounden, Steph Fisher, Sarah Kusi, Jenny Rasnessen, Raisa Kartunen, and Katri Lipsari from Arts Promotion Center in Finland. We have been meeting monthly since August of 2022 to shape the summit program, and this event honestly would not be possible without their incredible collaboration. So gratitude to all of you. I'd also like to begin by acknowledging the Indigenous peoples of the lands that we are all on today. While we meet today on a virtual platform, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we each call home. Today, myself as a settler and recent resident of New Hampshire, which I believe has the population that is the second oldest in the United States, I acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of the Pennacook, Abenaki, and Wabanaki peoples. Land acknowledgements affirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relations between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. The reason for this summit is to celebrate and better understand ways in which creative aging practices are helping to advance the cultural rights of older people around the world. While we as arts and aging professionals strive to transform and innovate systems to achieve more age-friendly societies, we must acknowledge the roots of creative aging practice in Indigenous cultures and where elders have long been revered as culture bearers. Transformation does not always mean creating something new, but is also about honoring the Indigenous roots of holistic and communal practices inherent in creative aging and intentionally investing in relationships and opportunities that strengthen the well-being of Indigenous peoples who carry forward the traditions of their ancestors. I invite each of you to consider how you can, in your own way, try to move forward your work in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. If you have web links or resources you found particularly helpful in your own work to better understand reconciliation in Indigenous cultures, please go ahead and add them to the chat, and we will make sure to share out those resource links with participants post-summit. How did this summit come to be? Well, the summit just got its name this year. This convening started through a collaboration between Finland and the United Kingdom. For several years, David Cutler at the Baring Foundation in London had been collaborating with Armas-festival in the city of Helsinki on a variety of projects. And together they shared a vision that creativity is a human right, regardless of age. I suspect that that vision is shared by many of you as well on today's Zoom. While there was some collaboration happening between these countries and regions of the world, it was felt at that time that many international events in both the arts and the aging fields had yet to fully incorporate the significance of creative aging in their meetings. In 2019, the Baring Foundation published around the world in 80 creative aging projects. And that publication sparked Finland's interest in organizing an international creative aging exchange, which they did in 2021, engaging leaders from 14 countries. The following year, in 2022, CADA in England hosted the online event, which brought together 200 participants. These partners then invited our team from Lifetime Arts to host the 2023 convening. Every year, the new host brings new networks, stakeholders, and understanding of creative aging practice. They also serve on an alumni organizing group to support the new host in planning and marketing, delivering and following the convening. So more than 350 registrants working in diverse sectors from more than 23 countries are registered for this year's summit, demonstrating that there is a really strong need for international exchange. Creative aging definitions and approaches are diverse internationally. And while worldwide populations are aging, the impact of global aging population on each of our countries is not universal. Even the priorities for serving older adults through creative aging differ based on available resources, historic privileges, infrastructure, politics, culture, and more. What does connect us, however, is the shared belief that creativity is an essential driver for creating communities that celebrate age and aging, and that investing in older people culturally is essential. When we step outside of our national contexts, we expand our frame to what is possible. We begin to see that what we thought were limitations are actually constructs that we have the ability and the responsibility to disrupt in order to create something more just. So what are we going to do today? There is no one better to kick off this summit and call us to disruption than our opening keynote speaker and ageism activist, Ashton Applewhite, who you'll meet momentarily. Ashton will speak to where we're at in this post-pandemic world and draw attention to the need to build our work in solidarity with other movements of our time. We'll then enjoy a fun dance break, stretch break with Asma Fejimi, a Lifetime Arts trainer and a creative aging teaching artist, before viewing 3 video postcards that share a glimpse into how diverse creative aging approaches in Finland, the United States, and Australia are shifting culture. Then imagine that we are all around a communal table having a meal as we dive into an inspiring and real talk panel conversation with representatives from these 3 countries. Together, they will discuss the different ways in which creative aging is helping advance older people's cultural rights in their countries and where they are seeing changes in attitude, behavior, and even policy as a result. Following the panel conversation, we'll break into small groups for peer-to-peer discussion, and then we're going to all come back together in the main room to share out key insights before wrapping up for the day. So we recognize that this agenda is robust, and we really do encourage all of you, take bio breaks when you need, stretch, doodle, whatever you need to take care of yourself and remain present, we encourage you to do so.
For more information about the 2023 International Creative Aging Summit and to download our Summit Resource Guide, please visit www.lifetimearts.org/ICAS-2023. And be sure to check out Lifetime Arts professional development resources and services linked in the description below.